Hello students, welcome to this class. In this class I will discuss product of three vectors. Here also there are two types of products. One is the scalar triple product and the other is a vector triple product. In scalar triple product, the name itself indicates that it is a scalar quantity. We know that A can be written as AXI plus AYJ plus AZK, and B cross C can be written as a determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix. So when you dot this quantity with this, I and I will be dotted. So AXI will be dotted with this I. So this AX will come here. Similarly, other terms also will come using the property of a dot product. So finally you will get this. Finally you will get A dot B cross C as determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix. In the first row, components of A will come, and in the second row, components of B will come, and in the third row, components of C will come. You know that if you interchange two rows, then the determinant changes sign. So if you make one more interchange of rows, then again negative sign will come. So the determinant remains unchanged. Suppose I am changing second row and third row, then C will come in the second row and B will go to third row. If we again change the first row and second row, C will come here and A will go to the second row. So C is in the first row, so that is equal to C dot A cross B. Similarly, you can prove that B dot C cross A is also equal to A dot B cross C. So if you make a cyclic changes in the dot and cross, then you will get the same result. That is A dot B cross C. So if you start with a B, then that will be equal to B dot C cross A. If you start with this C, then the triple product is C dot A cross B. That is also cyclic. You can also see that the scalar triple product is equal to the volume of the parallelepiped whose adjacent sides are represented by the three vectors. Suppose B and C are in the horizontal plane and A is like this, then volume of the parallelepiped is base area into height, and we know that for a parallelogram area is given by the cross product B cross C, and suppose it is dotted with A, then you will get height of the parallelepiped. You can see this. Height of the parallelepiped is A cos theta, where theta is the angle between A and B cross C. We already know that B cross C is perpendicular to the plane containing B and C, and given by right-handed screw rule. So if you rotate a right-handed screw from B to C, screw will move perpendicular to B and C in this direction. So this is the direction of B cross C. So this A cos theta will be the height of the parallelepiped. Now if A is also lying in the same plane of B and C, that is in the horizontal plane, then volume of the parallelepiped will be 0. You can use this property. And another thing I want to mention about this scalar triple product is that it is not necessary to put the bracket here, because this A dot B cross C has only one meaning. If you write A dot B within the bracket, then this expression has no meaning, because A dot B cannot be taken first. If A dot B is taken first, then A dot B will be a scalar quantity, and a scalar quantity cannot have a cross product with a C. So that expression will be meaningless. But everybody puts a bracket here, maybe for convenience, to indicate that B cross C should be taken first. That will be another vector that should be dotted with another vector A. Now this vector triple product is A cross B cross C and here definitely we have to put a bracket to indicate the correct multiplication. This is because A cross B cross C is entirely different from A cross B cross C. So bracket is very important, because if you put a bracket in a different place, you will get another vector. There is an important vector identity for this vector triple product, and that is extensively used in physics also, and that vector identity is A cross B cross C is equal to A dot C B minus A dot B C. That is first vector dot third vector into second. A dot C into B minus first vector dot second vector A dot B into third vector. Next I will prove this vector identity. First let us see whether this equation is vectorially correct. We know that B cross C is a vector. So A cross of another vector, that is also a vector. So left hand side is a vector. And what about right hand side? Right hand side is A dot C, that is a scalar, into vector. Scalar into vector is a vector. A dot B is also a scalar. So this is some scalar number into a vector. So this is vector minus vector. So that is also a vector. So LHS is a vector. RHS is also a vector. Now I am going to prove a vector identity. For that I will evaluate this A cross B cross C by the definition of cross product. So in the first row I have to write ijk. In the second row I have to write the components of the first vector, and in the next line, in the third row, you have to write components of B cross C. For writing the components of B cross C, we can use this result. X component of A cross B will be I into AY BZ minus AZ BY. That is AY BZ minus AZ BY. So similarly, this is B and C. First vector is B and the second vector is C. So by CZ minus BZ CY. And the next is J component. J component will be composed of Z and X components of B cross C. So that is BZCX minus BXCZ in the cyclic way. And the last component is the K component or Z component. Z component will contain X and Y components. So in the cyclic manner, we will get a BXCY minus BYCX. Now, what we will do is we will find the X component of LHS. That is this, and show that it is equal to X component of the RHS. That is this. The same calculation will be true for Y and Z components, because all these X, Y, Z components are symmetrical. If one result is true for one component, similar result will be true for other components also. What is a X component of this A cross B cross C, that is LHS? X component will be AY into this, that I have written, AY into BXCY minus BYCX minus this AZ into this. So minus AZ into BZCX minus BXCZ. Now let us find X component of the RHS. Here X component will come from this B and C. So X component of, here this A dot C is a scalar. So X component of B is BX. B is actually BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. From that X component will be BX. So bx into a dot c minus a dot b into cx. That I have written here. This is a dot c, ax cx, ay cy, az cz into bx, and this is a dot b, ax bx plus ay by plus az bz into cx. We can cancel ax cx bx here and minus ax bx cx. They are same. So the remaining is this. Uh, the remaining is this quantity that you can check. This is ay cy bx. You can see that here ay cy bx. Then we have got a az cz bx. That is here. That is here az cz bx. Then we have minus ay by cx. Minus ay by cx. You can see it here. And minus az bz cx. You can see that here az bz cx. So here x component of LHS is equal to x component of RHS. So similar calculation is true for y and z components. So we can conclude that a cross b cross c is equal to a dot c b minus a dot b c. Using that problem, using that vector identity, we can prove this Bianchi identity a cross b cross c plus cyclic. That is b cross c cross a plus c cross a cross b will be equal to 0. This type of relations, these type of relations exist in physics in various places, and all these uh, and all and equation of this type is usually called Bianchi identity. That's all. That's all. That's all for now. Thank you.